Today we're hoping to do a bit of rock work in the back garden. There's a lot of boulders, some of which you can see in this shot, and we're hoping to get them shifted. These, for example, would just make the lawn difficult to cut. If we can lift them, fill them with soil, that'll be a much better garden. Well, this truck is how we're going to be moving the rocks. This is Bill from down the road holding the trees up, and Norm driving the truck, a friend of Bill's. We're going to drive across Pat's front, down the bank here, and behind the fence there, and into our garden. We're like kids with a big toy. I'm sure they're having good fun. That's a big rock. That's another one out. It goes on. We're doing a little bit of gardening at the moment. Shove some of this undergrowth backwards out of the way of our space. Get rid of it. Easiest way. Well, this rock is too big to move. So the plan is to split it, take the top off, and then bury the rest. It's going to be quite impressive too. Here you can see it. It was a brave attempt, but as you can see at the edge here, it's just so crumbly. It wasn't splitting, it was just smashing into little pieces. We were never going to get anywhere with it. So we have all of these rocks here and here. The plan is to position them in a sort of an artificial structure, and maybe then put a pool in the front, which I guess the digger can dig out for us as well. Well, we're trying to build ourselves a little wall now, digging out some of the soil and dropping the stones in the back of it. I'm going to run it across there, over behind the backhoe machine, and then we'll scoop out all this soil in the front and leave ourselves a big hole to fill up with water later. Well, here we are now, it's a break for lunch. We've got a whole wall at the back except for about one stone. Trouble is, we've still got quite a lot of other stones to get rid of. Well, pretty well done on the wall and the hole for the pool. Right now, we're trying to dig a huge hole next to this rock that we can't do anything with, and I hope that we can push it into the hole and thus bury it below the grade so we can plant grass on top again. Oh, the hole's getting pretty big now. Let's just hope we can move the rock into it. A little at a time, a little at a time. There we go. Now we can bury it again. And that's where the rock was. Mostly filled in. Need to get a bit more topsoil now to fill some of the little holes. And then we've got to do all the work back there. Well, it's a good piece of work done. Well, here we are, a couple of days later. It's probably very hard to tell, but we have done some work here. We've tried to level out the soil a bit. Starting to fill in the holes here. But we still have lots more to do. So back to it. Later on, we've started levelling areas of the ground, not in the middle, but around and about, and putting down grass. The grass, as you might be able to see here, comes with a sort of a mushed up newspaper and fertiliser. You put it down and water it. It grows very successfully, about a week and a half. Areas like here that had big rocks in, we've sort of levelled, ready to put grass down. But we still haven't done anything with the big area. We've got to rake it flatter yet. It's still got too much of a curve up in the middle. We've moved probably just over half of our soil so far. So that's about 2.5 cubic yards moved, maybe. Takes an awful lot of barrows full. I washed my rocks this morning as well to make them look a little bit more smart. I'm sure they're going to get dirty again now. End of another day now. As you can hopefully see ahead, we've seeded the area behind the rocks here today. Put peat down over the top to protect the seed, keep it moist. We've also seeded the areas behind the flowers here and started to fill the main area with topsoil. But we've run out of topsoil now. We'll have to get another delivery before we can continue. So there we are. Still looks quite devastated. I feel just about the same as Margaret looks. Tired. Well, it's a few days past since we last videoed. A lot more has changed since. You might be able to see. The grass in the patch grass has started to grow quite well. Here, for example, we've put patch grass down in the big area now as well. Last week I dug a trench and ran an electric cable down from here all the way across the garden and down to the bottom next to the pond. That's the other end of it, ready to be connected later. We continue to water all the grass a couple of times a day. Still done nothing with the pond, but we do have some ideas. A lot more time has passed now. As you can see from a distance, everything looks quite good. We've had about a week of solid rain, 8 inches in one day, and that's given us a few problems. Here, for example, if you can see, the ground has sunk about 4 inches. This is due to the moving of the giant rock underground. It probably wasn't buried properly and now the ground has sunk around it. At least it's happened now rather than in 6 months' time when we thought everything was fine. Overall, we'll see how it does in the next couple of weeks.